Alright, goodies positioning of the sun, everybody. You see the Google Slides, so you know what that means. It's time for everyone's favorite edible commodity. Introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, it's Mypoptart back at it again, and right after our Evil X's ranking, here we have Scott versus Travis, in a death battle format.
Yeah, so last time we were together, we basically went over every ranked every single X in terms of how interesting of a character they were, and at the end, I announced not only would the Let's Play of No More Heroes be started, which the first episode aired today, so tell me how you like that, but also that um, we would be going over how Scott would fare in a fight against Travis Touchdown.
Yeah, both me and Bluefang here have watched a show by the name of Death Battle. If you don't know it, it is an internet show. Originally, they were with Rooster Teeth and Screw Attack, but after Rooster Teeth went under, they have now been independent for the past year, and they'll take two fictional characters, make them fight.
Yep. Okay, but analyzing their weapons, armor, strength, and skills to determine who would win a death battle. And that's kind of what
And
we're
I think
doing
that's,
here.
yeah,
That's kind of what we're doing here. We're trying to take a look at everything in Scott Pilgrim's kit and everything in Travis Touchdown's kit and see just who was the better kit overall to win a fight. Okay. Let us start
yeah, no,
off
let's go.
with the category of strength. So the basic way we compared this is that we looked through every character's major feats in certain categories just to see who would have an overall leg standing.
Yeah, and just to clarify, we are like compiling all of Scott's appearances from the movie to the game to the anime into one version of Scott because that way it's easier to compare him to Travis throughout the No More Heroes franchise.
Yeah.
Starting with strength, we have Scott's best feat being the impact crater he created when punching young Scott in the anime.
And don't get us wrong, that is an impressive feat, but to anybody who's played No More Heroes just knows the absolute insanity of it. I mean, look at the ending of the Jasper Bat Jr. fight. You can even kind of see it right over here. This giant thing, Travis eventually slices in half and it explodes. Not because of any explosive on it, but because he just sliced it in half that hard.
Yeah, and the explosive causes a citywide explosion. Thus, his swing strength is enough to level a city. And while Scott does do like some decent destructive damage, and it's nothing to scoff at, it's not really comparable to Travis's
I mean,
entire kit.
just look at Nathan Copeland. He's the very first and weakest boss in No More Heroes 2. Both of his arms weighing a little under a ton, and Travis could just pick him up and suplex him like it's fucking nothing.
Yeah, so strength category goes to Travis.
Yeah. Up next, we are measuring their speed. And this is a. Well, this is a Scott win.
Yeah, given Scott's scaling to Todd Ingram, who jumped to the moon in just under 10 seconds and back in less than 10 seconds, Todd is massively, massively faster than light, and Scott is shown to be faster.
Yeah. Now, both of them have light speed feats. I mean, take a look at Destroy Man's penis laser over here. Travis can consistently dodge that, but still, it's one of these people is significantly faster than the other, and it's Scott is significantly faster than Travis.
Yeah, now you may be asking, seeing this image of Todd punching a hole in the moon, wouldn't we be giving that strength scaling to Scott? Both Bluefang and I agreed that no, that should not count, given while Scott is shown to be faster, Todd is shown to be much, much stronger.
I mean, remember Todd's defeat. It's not that Scott outright beat him in a physical fistfight, it's that he tricked him into losing his vegan powers.
exactly. So while it would be good to give Scott something like that feat, it's simply not possible.
Yeah, because that victory is not a feat of strength; it's a feat of intelligence.
So
And
in in the category of speed, it goes to Scott.
moving on to the category of durability. One of these universes is a little more grounded than the other one.
Yeah, granted, again, this is not something to say that Scott is an absolute pushover, but given we have planet busting attacks from Fu that Travis kind of shakes off, while Scott does take very physical, like visible damage against someone like um like Lee, Lucas
Yeah,
Lee, it's not exactly a contest.
like straight up, every intro of every No More's Heroes fight is just the bosses showing what their primary attacks can do to Travis, and Travis just getting up like it was nothing. I mean, look at Holly Summers. She's not even the strongest, but she just threw 3 grenades at Travis, and he gets up from that like it's nothing.
Yeah. Now, granted, Scott does take hits from Todd, and Todd, as discussed before, can blow a hole in the moon, but it's not exactly in good faith to say Scott is taking a moon blast punch every single time Todd throws a hand.
Yeah. The other major thing about this too is that Scott died and Travis didn't.
Yeah, the durability negation of something like a sword could be debated, but given Travis deals with swords on an hourly basis, there's no real way to cut this for Scott.
Yeah. So durability, just due to the insanity of the No More Heroes world being No More Heroes, this has to go to Travis. He straight up built like a Looney Tunes character for all the crap he survives. And moving on, this is actually, I think, the most evenly split category of the bunch, and that is the tool set that these two are going in with.
Right. So, as we were discussing this, we found out that both of them have like a very extremely potent tool set, but in different categories. See, with Travis's weapons, motorcycle, all kinds of stuff, his offensive move set is vast and extremely powerful. But Scott has great defensive options. The
Yeah,
subspace highway.
the subspace highway, the fact that Scott is going in with an extra life, and also just the power of love and the power of understanding. Like Scott has some great defensive tools, but Travis is going in with a literal motorcycle, a Gundam, and every single beam katana he has. Because yes, Travis is
Yeah,
known to be kind of like Zoro and have multiple different swords with multiple different fighting styles.
granted, given the way we have this set up, there's no real way to declare a winner because, for instance, Travis has no real way around Scott's subspace. But that same thing could be said is that Scott has no real way around Travis's Gundam.
Yeah, like that's cool that the both that hey Scott, pretty cool swords. Guess what? Same here. Look at my belt. I have 2 swords that are meant to be like dual wielding, one sword that can never run out of battery, one sword that's more like a club. It's just if we're going by a defensive toolkit, I would take Scott's. If we're going by offensive, I'd say Travis is the winner.
So, depending on how you slice it, you could give it to either, but I think the safest bet is to say this is a tie.
Yeah. And let's move on to the final category. I think this category is easily the most, like, the least balanced, and that's experience.
Yeah, given Scott's entire journey takes place, depending on the source, it either takes like a year or a couple days.
Yeah, because,
Either
like,
way, he's only yeah. Either way, the most amount he's fought is 7.
He's had
Because yeah,
6 fights. There's a 2v1 with the Katyanagi twins, but this image right here from the video game is every fight that Scott's known to go through. And then we have a tier list for Travis.
yeah. While you could throw in not Kim, Knives' dad, that's only in very specific situations. Like you don't fight him in the game or in the movie.
You do fight Knives'
So,
dad in the game.
oh, you do.
He's a
Oops.
se- he's a secret boss and not required, so it said that the game version never actually fought him, but if you go hunting, you can fight him.
Okay, but in the movie, he's not there.
Yeah, in the movie, he's not there. Nor is he
So,
there in the
in the
anime.
end, yeah. So in the end, it it really is kind of bad for Scott because in most of his fights, he's fist fighting with people around his power level, while in No More Heroes, you've got Travis dealing with a wide variety of move sets and tool kits.
And I also want you to keep
And
this in mind too.
yeah,
Like Scott is dealing with a movie star, a vegan, music twins, and I think like aside from Gideon, Roxy, and maybe Matthew Patel, none of those guys have actually dedicated their lives to combat. Whereas comparatively, everyone in No More Heroes is a professional assassin who has dedicated themselves to the art of combat.
so yeah, unfortunately, Scott gets toasted in this category.
Yeah, just utterly toasted and creamed. Travis definitely has this. And now we're moving on to the miscellaneous, which is basically saying, is it a sword fight or hand to hand?
So obviously, Scott wins the hand to hand. Travis wins the sword fight. Um,
Not to say that they both
during
don't have
yeah,
either, but
yeah, no, I think the safest way to look at this is how many times they've both adapted to a different situation. Because with Scott, he's taken on a deadly sword fighter before in Gideon, and after the extra life, kind of kicked his ass.
yeah. And it's heavily explained that's like, oh yeah, the extra life really gave him mental clarity and all that.
Then we look at
And
Travis, and his adaptability is good, granted, but when we look at Scott, he's never had to fight so seriously before. Like, yes, he's the greatest fighter in Ontario, but I'd say his adaptability is slightly better.
yeah, just the insane Scott has definitely the fighting styles advantage and with people like Matthew Patel. But I'm also going to say that Travis, like adaptability, Travis is no slouch. The Charlie McDonald fight where he summons a Gundam out of nowhere and effortlessly kicks his ass fighting a literal spirit ghost. But I would still give the
Yeah,
advantage
but
to Scott
yeah,
because hand to hand is just better. Not to say that Travis doesn't
yeah,
have any hand to hand, but his hand to hand is extremely limited as compared to Scott.
yeah, and and another thing too is that in nearly every single Scott fight, he's getting jumped like out of nowhere. These people are coming at him.
I mean, look at Matthew Patel, the very first jump, and Scott effortlessly parries that punch.
So yes, I think in terms of adaptability and the hand-to-hand versus sword fighting category, we have to give it to Scott.
Yeah. And with all that said and done, we have determined a winner because we cannot animate for shit. And this
No,
winner,
we really cannot.
and our winner that we have determined, is Travis Touchdown.
Yeah, it is a shame because I really like Scott Pilgrim, but given the entire stat advantage in durability and especially strength, there's no real way for Scott to take down Travis
Like this
before
is
before Travis can get him.
this is just straight up a battle of like we're sorry, but No More Heroes as a whole is just a much stronger verse than the Scott Pilgrim verse is, and Travis is the best of that verse.
Yeah, it is unfortunate because, well, I've already said this, but with death battles, there's pretty much a clear cut victor when you do matchups like these. And while I like Travis, it would have been cool to see Scott win.
Yeah. But, well, you know what they say. Lots of people handle grief very differently. Some people fuck at funerals. I chop off heads. And I think that is a great note to end on. So, thank you for collabing with us.
Yeah, sure
Hopefully you're
thing.
enjoying. Real quick, this is coming out the same day as No More Heroes 1, and you might notice the improved mic quality. I got a new mic, and this is being recorded significantly after that episode. I think episode 10
Right.
is when the mic quality catches up to where this is at.
Okay. It was great coming on again, seeing brand new format.
Yep. Take care, and if you want to see another matchup like this, let us know. We'll do some calculations. Bye.
All right.